Will the House come to order? Mr. Clerk?
Aloha and good afternoon. Today's invocation will be delivered by Representative Greg Takayama. Will the members who wish to participate please rise?
Oh, please be seated. It'll just take a little while. I know all of us have been very hard at work in our committees, especially this week, working on solutions to the very many problems facing our state, ideally finding perfect solutions to the many problems facing our communities. So our search for solutions made me think back of 2 years ago when the United States was involved in a competition for space supremacy with the Soviet Union, the space race. And in that space race, NASA decided it was very important for our astronauts to have a pen that would work in space. You know, ordinary pens don't work and in zero gravity conditions. So they put to work, scientists all across the country, scientists and engineers, went to work trying to develop a pen that would work in space. Many hours in labs across the country and many hundreds of thousands of dollars were spent finding a pen that would work in space. And they finally invented a anti-gravity space pen. Meanwhile, the Russians use pencils. Thank you all. Good luck to you. Go Eagles.
Thank you, Representative Takayama. Item 1, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Ayu, Mr. Alcos,
Here.
Ms. Amato, Ms. Bellotti, Mr. Chun, Ms. Cochran, Mr. Ganadin, Mr. Garcia, Mr. Garrett, Mr. Gates, Mr. Hashem, Mr. Hashimoto, Mr. Holt, Ms. Hussey Burdick, Ms. Ichiyama, Ms. Kahaloa, Ms. Capella, Mr. Kila, Ms. Kitagawa, Mr. Kobayashi, Mr. Kong, Ms. Lamosau, Ms. Lowen, Ms. Martin, Ms. Martinez, Mr. Matayoshi, Ms. Matsumoto, Mr. Mizuno, Ms. Morikawa, Ms. Nakamura, Mr. Nakashima, Mr. Nishimoto, Mr. Onishi, Ms. Peruso, Mr. Pirik, Ms. Poe Poe, Mr. Quinlan, Mr. Saiki, Mr. Sayama, Ms. Souza, Mr. Takayama, Ms. Takenouchi, Mr. Tam, Mr. Tarnas, Mr. Todd, Mr. Ward, Mr. Woodson,
Excuse.
Mr. Yamashita, Mr. Speaker.
Present.
Mr. Speaker, 48 members are present, 1 is excused.
Thank you. Item 2, reading of the journal. Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, may this matter be deferred?
So ordered. Item 3, Mr. Clerk, are there any messages from the governor?
Mr. Speaker, there are none.
Item 4, Mr. Clerk, are there any Senate communications?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, we are in receipt of a communication transmitting the noted Senate bill having passed third reading in the Senate.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the Senate bill laying on the clerk's desk pass first reading by title.
Representative Garcia.
Mr. Speaker, second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that the Senate bill laying on the clerk's desk pass first reading by title. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Members, are there any introductions? Representative Mizuno.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honored to recognize guests that we have here in the gallery. And as I call you up, I ask the guests if you can remain standing until I get this entire delegation up. And members, if we can hold our applause until I have this wonderful delegation standing as one. First up, I got 2 megastars from the Philippines that are in the audience. Randy Santiago is a Filipino actor, comedian, director, singer, songwriter, TV host, producer, and director of movies. Randy Santiago, can you please stand and remain standing, Randy? I want to recognize another megastar, Randy's brother, Roel. Roel is a Filipino actor, director, and also a pioneer in the film industry for the Philippines. Roel, please remain standing. Rafael Santiago. This is the son of Randy Santiago. He's not here. Next, I have Iggy Bumagat. Please stand. Not here, sorry. I've got two friends, James Hosaka, my brother, and I've got Sarah Hosaka, who was Mrs. Hawaii Filipina 2019. Please stand, remain standing. Mary Baltan, President of the Adult Foster Home Care Association of Hawaii, with nearly 1,000 members under her guidance. President, thank you. Tani Tan, if you're here, please stand. Thank you. I've also got Janet Dahuchek, Mrs. Hawaii Philippines 2018. In addition, I've got Darla Chen Scovo, fetal alcohol spectrum disorder advocate with us. And finally, I wanted to share with you my family from the Philippines. They're all here now. My brother-in-law, Clint Bisario, he's an MMA fighter, so don't mess with him. And his two kids, Kyra. Kyra, please stand, remain standing. And my nephew, Kyle, please stand. Members, can we give this awesome elite delegation a warm welcome to the Hawaii State Capitol? And members, this is a plug for Randy. He has a concert tomorrow at the Hawaii Convention Center at 6 p.m. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. And last request, Mr. Speaker, can I have permission to place all these names into the journal?
So ordered.
Thank you very much. Thank you, members.
Representative Martinez.
Hi, thank you, Vice Speaker. I wanted also to introduce my guests in the gallery. They are the hardworking care home operators, and they are members of the ILWU 1000. May I call on Rose Sebastian, please stand, Levi Vargas, Gloria Amodo, and Delia Kabingabang. So they are the hardworking care home operators, and they are with the ILWU 1000. Thank you for being here today. Just give them a round of applause also. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Ganadin.
I'd like to introduce two esteemed folks visiting from New Zealand. Kia ora. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sarah Reo, she's a Fulbright scholar, an educator, and dear friend. And Matt Ruskridge, he's a Maori economist and professor. Welcome to the Hawaii State House of Representatives.
All right, members, with no further introductions, item 5, reports of standing committees. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt standing committee reports numbers 268 through 284 as listed on pages 1 through 5, and that the accompanying House bills as may be amended pass second reading and be referred to their designated committees.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussions on STANCOM report 268? Representative Kong.
Thank you, Speaker. No vote.
So ordered. Next page, moving to 269. Representative Pierick.
No, please.
So ordered. Moving to 270. Representative Garcia.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Alcos. So ordered. Representative Pierick.
With reservations.
So ordered. Proceed.
I'd like to thank the representative for introducing the bill. I do agree we should tax tourists. At the same time, this may be taxing Kamaaina.
Thank you. All right, members, we're still on 270. Representative Matsumoto?
Reservations.
So ordered. All right, moving to STANCOM report 271. 272, next page. 273, 274, 275, 275. Representative Garcia. 276, Representative Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A no vote.
So ordered. Moving to next page, 277, 278, 279, 280. Next page, 281, 282, 282, 283.
Speaker,
Representative Ward.
it's a good exercise going up and down. Speaker, I have reservations about this, and I have a very, very brief comment. May I proceed?
Proceed.
Speaker, this allows you, if you're a bicycle, to go through a red light if it's between, I think, 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. I'm not sure that, and that's because the bicycles can't do the pressure to make the sensor. Sometimes sensors don't even work, and I'm not sure this, in a Pavlovian way, will condition bicyclists to think that, you know, hey, you can be going through these things and you're going to be immune, and assuming that people are going to be able to see you going through a red light would be perhaps dangerous. I can see the intent to yield to bicycles to be a little more free, but as I think many of the cyclists say, we are to be treated equally as cars, and cars can't go through red lights with impunity, particularly now that we want to put red light cameras up. I think this probably is a little bit too liberal into the wrong directions. For those reasons, Mr. Speaker, serious reservations. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, members, moving to 284. Members will be calling a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Reports numbers 285 through 290 as listed on pages 6 and 7, and that the accompanying House bills as may be amended pass second reading and be placed on the calendar for third reading.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion on STANCOM Report 285, 286, 287, 288, next page, 289, 290. Members, I'll be calling a
Speaker, 290.
Representative Garcia, 290.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Alcos.
No vote.
So ordered. Representative Matsumoto.
Reservations.
So ordered. Representative Perrick.
No vote.
So ordered. Proceed.
This bill may be shortening the days for people to verify their ballots in elections, and I think we should elongate the time. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Ward.
Reservations, please.
So ordered. All right, with no further discussions, members, I'll be calling a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Representative Nakamura.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt Standing Committee Reports number 291 as listed on page 7, and that the accompanying House bill as amended be recommitted to the Committee on Housing.
Representative Morikawa.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you. Members, please note that this is a short form bill. Any discussions on STANCOM Report 291? Members, I'll be calling a voice vote. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. Item 6, introductions of resolutions. Mr. Clerk, are there any resolutions for action?
Mr. Speaker, there are no resolutions for action. May all others be referred to print.
So ordered. Item 7, announcements. Members, are there any announcements? With no further announcements, Representative Morikawa to adjourn.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House stand adjourned until 12 o'clock noon Monday.
Representative Garcia.
Mr. Speaker, second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion is carried. The House stands adjourned until 12 noon Monday.